One of the text messages we've just come in, another one from Bungoma Grace on 2442. Please just have your questions continuously coming in. She said she's being sexually assaulted by her husband, who is cheating on her. What is her advice? And I think the biggest thing here is that you can be sexually assaulted by your husband. It is in the law. It is there. But what can she do once she's been sexually assaulted by her husband?
I think from this, what we need to do...
And she's in Bungoma, mind that, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
As I said, we have these institutions, medical institutions everywhere, and also, mechanisms in place, including the shelter homes. So what we need to, in that is, number one, identify that this problem actually exists. There's marital rape being there. It's been quite a debate about, conjugal rights, and, but we are cognizant of the fact that this happens. And what we need from there is marital counseling. So number one would be her, and her husband, to be aware that that she's actually undergoing this sort of ordeal and coming out with it now through accessing counselors. Then that would be the first step. And if it can't be remedied now at that point, then you're looking at probably getting further action that can be involving their pastors. But I think starting from marital counseling, then from there.
We take it from there. Because we're not trying to ruin and break down a family.
Exactly.
Okay. There's one lady, she wrote in and she said she's raped and now she's 5 months pregnant. But the man has asked her not to tell anybody because she truly does believe he will kill her. He's a dangerous man. What does she do?
Okay, now this just falls probably in the realm of the police and because now as the medical facilities, what we needed urge her to go to a hospital, just get to assess like her medical health if she's unaware of this person's the health status, so protect herself and also the baby. Then going forward would just be coming out, just come out. I think the people out there who are able to help you and can actually deal with that particular situation. In that if she's actually going through a trauma, you can imagine this is going now to boil over to the child. Yeah, so as soon as possible, just come out with it, just talk to someone, and I believe no situation is too big.
Okay, there's a very nice, well, not nice necessarily, but a very good question. Are there any women who have gone to jail for assaulting men? This is from a viewer in, I think, Itale. Are there any women who have gone to jail for assaulting men?
Yes, I believe there have been. Yes, mostly physical assault. Sexual assault is there, but to a lower degree. But as we've said, there's the issue of men coming out with this, coming out and actually seeking justice, due to being sexually assaulted. But the cases are there. Yep. Okay.
I think there's also various degrees of sexual assault and even physical assault, because there's the sexual violence, there's a physical violence. But there's one lady who wrote in and she said she pulled her husband's manhood about 4 months ago, and he said that it has not healed since. First of all, is that assault? And what can he do to then remedy that situation if it is indeed assault?
That is assault. I think any aggravation of someone's, the physical being, that without any consent is, of course, falls under the realm of an assault. And now what he needs to do, if they cannot solve it, number one, as you said, they're not trying to break marriages. So they need to see whether they can sort it in the, within the marriage. That's through marriage counseling, their pastors. And, of course, for him, due to his injuries, he should be liberated, I think, enough to go out confidently to a facility so that he's not dealing with that problem by himself.
Wow, there's a text here that's just come in, and she says her daughter, has been burned by her husband by hot water, I'm assuming, or there's many cases even at the GVRC where hot knives have been taken to burn victims. What can she do?
Now, this again reports, this is the police, looking through the police. We have to find out, of course, whether, from there it will be taken up and, investigations. Was it accidental? Was it done willingly? And of course, if done willingly, that falls under aggravating, of course, the rights of the child. And that being trespass of the law, then the person should actually face, the full extent of the law.
Wow.
Yeah, so she's actually able to report the husband to the police.
Okay, so let's just say that, in the ideal situation, and like you said, we need to move a generation and get people talking about it. But in an ideal situation, especially in a Kenyan home, you won't necessarily go and report your husband to the police. That's the last thing you want to do. So what then are we then saying that if we decide not to report, is medical intervention okay? Is counseling okay? We're not necessarily urging, let's go. I mean, it's the best thing to do, but it's not the ideal situation for a lot of homes in Kenya.
Sure.
So in all these situations that have come up and we're saying go to the police, what is the next best alternative?
Just make use of the locally, available intervention points. That is from your family, your close family members. If this is a married couple, then they have the best man and the best maid. Just try it from that level. If it doesn't, escalate it to the in-laws. Escalate to probably the village elders, the chiefs. And just try and remedy it from that situation. But of course, if it goes over and beyond, then escalate this problem to the authorities, including the police. Yeah.
Okay, there's a very interesting question here, and I know we're running out of time. But she said, having been through this, she'd like to thank, first of all, GVRC. But she'd like to know if there's showers in the hospital after the examination, because coming to the hospital, already you feel violated and dirty, and then have the doctors probe you even further physically, it's traumatic. So instead of feeling filthier than you came in, are there showers at the hospital?
Yeah, there are actually showers and even clothes that are, you can be given some clothes that are brought in by, well-wishers. And now following your probing, as she puts it, then you're able to, because you've actually done your part and kept this evidence, from the time of the ordeal, and you're just waiting, to get here. And of course, we understand you cannot wait to get this, this out of your system.
Yeah.
So showers are provided, and from there, then you're able to actually proceed to the police station.
Okay, brilliant. As we wrap up, last question, what are the things to remember? Let's say 5 things that we should remember if we are sexually assaulted or physically assaulted.
Okay, number 1, it's not your fault. Number 2, do not stay with your, with this thing by yourself. Do not deal with this by yourself. There are avenues out there that you're able to get help. Number 3, remember the 72-hour rule. So come in within 72 hours. And of course, evidence. So keep as much, evidence as possible. And then moving forward is just about advocacy. If it happens to you, as in you should be able then to know the rest around you. If be it, this situation is rampant in a particular area, there's let's say a physical assault that you're witnessing from your neighbor, to the wife, then just get to advocate for that, and seek justice for them. Sexual assault, the same. Just try and keep, get the perpetrator now to be put to book. Yep.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. All I can say when it comes to this situation is take control and go get the help that you need to deal with this issue. As we move to change the mindset and the way we think about gender-based violence, I want us to change a generation. So I want you to go and sign up for the Million Fathers and Daughters campaign and say no to gender-based violence in Kenya. Let's go to the GVRC website. That's www.gvrc.or.ke, and let's change control, change the mindset, and change a generation. I'll put up that website link on our Facebook page. That's the Powerbreakfast show. Thank you so very much, Dr. Thuo. I couldn't have said it better myself. If I'm mistaken, we will end with a quote. I guess I'm mistaken. So, oh, here we go. Okay. Would you like to read that? Can you see that? Okay, right. I guess you can read that. That's a very inspiring quote. And join us next week. Join us next week when we'll be talking about how we are going to protect our children from the teachers level to the parents level, and how we can protect our children from gender-based violence in Kenya. On behalf of everybody who makes this happen, especially the technical team, thank you very much for watching, and join everybody tomorrow, same time, same place.